All right, welcome everybody to episode 30. 30. Man, like every show I start off this, I'm amazed at the number of these things that we've cranked out.
It's like my age.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago.
Let's just say I'm over 30. Welcome everybody to the Collectorcast, and joining me, as usual, are my co-hosts. So, hey, Krabby Crabbo.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. Master the printer master.
I have now mastered the printer with the age-old advice of turn it off and turn it back on again.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you.
Oh, man. And
years of training.
Bill with the advice, turn it off and turn it back on.
But don't forget to unplug it also. That's the key.
Don't forget to unplug it.
It's like triangulation of fire.
Okay, that sounds good. Oh, man. But, hey, glad to have everybody back again. So we've had our last little special show, and then when this one's going to be, a little later than our regular show's usually out, but really glad to be doing this one again. And we're going to start off with some big announcements. Right, Bill?
How big?
I think pretty big.
Pretty big.
So spill the beans.
All right, I'm taking it. So, as I was, been teasing for a while, I have, on the show that I have some big news, and I, really just kind of been, bursting at the seams with, with this, because it really has been several years in the making. Chris Crone, owner of Retro Games Plus, the 3 locations in Connecticut, has been a friend of mine for years, and he approached me a long time ago, and asked me if I'd be interested in organizing a Retro Expo in Connecticut, because there's a couple of them, but there's really not anything in Connecticut that's, like some of the shows that are 3 or 4 hours away in any direction, like Boston, Philly, and stuff like that. So, we've been planning for a long time, and we can finally announce that the Retro World Expo is officially a thing. It's October 3rd this year, October 3rd, 2015, at the Oakdale Theater in Wallingford, Connecticut.
Amazing. And
yeah, great stuff.
What's that got to do with us?
Well, we are the RFGeneration Collectorcast. And the RFGeneration Collectorcast will have its second ever live recording at the Retro World Expo 2015.
That's right. You're going to get the chance to see Bill and I, and maybe Krabby if we're lucky.
I've booked the time off at work,
many fingers.
So I'm trying to figure out the stuff now.
Yeah, cross as many fingers as you can. It was really great that we were able to convince Chris to come out, because Chris had a big long drive when he came out to Too Many Games for our first live recording back in Philadelphia a couple of years ago, and so now we've convinced him to come out. But Krabby, obviously is quite a bit further if he were to drive. I've actually been really floored with the response from the RFGen community, especially with all the people who, Rich, Single Banana, I believe he's booked to come up here, and he's a great member, great pinball source for all of us, great, co-podcast hort of the site. Fleech, I believe, is a definitely maybe right now.
I think he's nailed it down. I think
he's leaning on the go side.
Is it? Awesome. Yeah, no, it's because I've told everyone the first few who booked, I said, hey, come stay at my house, we'll make it a party. And then as it got into the 3s and 4s and 5s and 6s,
immediately
I said,
regretted that.
Yeah, I said, you know what? Let's see how many bags we can fit in my house. So, if you're an RFGen member and you're thinking about coming to Connecticut, if I can't fit you on my couch or my floor, I can have a nice meetup. So we are trying to get a list going of all the RFGen members who are going to make it out, and hopefully do some in the days surrounding the event. It is a Saturday, and there is a great on Sunday right near where I live. So, but yeah, so basically where we are right now is we are signing up. We're not calling them vendors; we're calling the tables, because not everyone's selling stuff. Sometimes it'll be like, there might be like a table for a website, like a website might have a table. So we're calling them exhibitors. So right now we're signing at We have several signed up, and we have kind of like, presentations set up with a bunch of others. The badges / tickets will go on sale next week. By the time you hear this, they may be on sale. So I'll be sure to put the link for the show in the show notes, as well as maybe a link or two for the thread for Retro Worlds on RFGen. And yeah, it's I know I'm babbling, but we're really, really excited. The other guys, I mentioned Chris Crone, Dan Ungar, who is a maven of social media in the state. He runs several Facebook collecting groups, and he actually organizes a couple times every couple of months. He organizes like a session. He has like a local bookstore that lets him use the entire store, and he gets hundreds of people to come to these things. So we thought he'd be a great guy to have on the social media side. And John and Lance from RetroWare TV are the other guys organizing it. They're local here in Connecticut. They've been friends of mine and Chris for a while. And so they're going to be there. And we have an arcade-related announcement to make soon. But I can't tell you right now what it is. But let me tell you, if you are a fan of the coin-operated hardware, we got everything you're going to need. So we'll tell you in a little bit more time what that announcement is, but got to make sure all the T's are dotted and the I's crossed.
Now, I've heard from pinball guys, I don't know if arcade guys are the same, but Canadian quarters tend to in CoinMex and jam US machines. So I will make sure I have a couple of pockets full of rolls of quarters to annoy you guys with.
Well, it is for that exact reason that our games are going to be on free play.
Ooh.
So not only are there going to be games, and I can't announce who's providing them or which games will be there yet, but yeah, I mean, you pay for a badge for the event. Games are on free play, so
I like that.
That's going to be a fun. I mean, and honestly, Chris does the same. Chris has like a dozen machines throughout his stores. They are, you got to pay to play during business hours. Whenever he has special events, he flips them on free play just to thank people for coming in and just come and play some games. So we thought we'd extend that same policy to the event.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I'll take a Canadian quarter though for my collection.
I will.
Do you guys have the with the hole in the middle, or is that somewhere in Europe?
We have one that's got a different color in the middle, but not a hole. It's like gold in the middle and silver on the outside.
Cool.
So, Bill, what's the website for that?
The website is retroworldexpo.com. Easy
enough. Yeah, we'll have that in the show notes.
Very easy. Yeah, the website is live. There's a handful of areas right now that come up as, tickets on sale soon and things like that. But the website is live. You can see the RFGeneration sponsorship logo right there on the front page, as well as Retro Games Plus and RetroWare TV. Yeah, so it's site's live. The Facebook page, the Twitter, the Instagram, all those links are right there on the front page. So if you care about any of the things that our good buddy Dan has to say, share about the show, we'd love for you to follow on any one of those means of media.
Yeah, absolutely. Follow along with us. Like Bill said, we're going to do a little show there, so we'll be excited. Come out, say hi. We'd love to see everybody, and if we haven't yet at the last show, it'd be great to kind of shake your hand, see what's going on. Maybe we'll even do some sort of meetup or something. If we have time that evening or the evening before or whatever works out, we can do that. Yep. But exciting stuff. I'm looking forward to it.
I can also confirm that Rustly Man, he actually works at several of Chris's stores, so Rustly Man is going to be there. Isret, while he hasn't to me directly, he did say right in one of the threads, "Ooh, only an hour or so away." So, and then we have some members. I think we're going to have a really solid RFGen turnout, which would be really great. So definitely looking forward. I mean, the meetup at Too Many Games was fantastic. We all went out to dinner. We played some tabletop games, even though Chris refused because he's just such a video gamer.
I am.
We're sitting around a table, everyone's playing. We're like, Chris, here, you're the blue guy. He's like, no, this is stupid.
I could play Tempest, or I could play that. I mean, come on, man. Really?
So, but yeah, honestly, the meetup, I mean, I'm not trying to put any pressure on Krabby, but we are so crossing all of the things that we have that are crossable. I'm hoping that he's able to make it, because the meetup really was a blast.
Oh, I really hope so.
I'm really hoping beyond hope that maybe he can come here and we'll go on some crazy road trip. But
well, it wouldn't affect me. It would just I'd be left out of that.
Well, we'd show up.
As long as you get me one of those shirts that Banana posted, friends don't let friends play 32X.
How'd you like that?
With that? Oh.
How'd you like that license plate that somebody tweeted us?
That was pretty cool. Yeah, I forget who tweeted it, but someone tweeted the show. Well, there's a Sega 32X custom, like a vanity license plate. It was pretty cool.
There's the one person.
Yeah, that's my cousin.
That's good. Well, that's great. That's a cool announcement that we've got going on there.
Yeah, very cool.
Cool.